Pattaya City Expats Club is a non-profit social organisation and our speakers are volunteers. The club as such assumes no responsibility or liability for the professional reputation of or the quality of services provided by the speaker today.
To have two guest speakers. We've got Dr. Ren and his sidekick Rose, who are going to be talking a little bit about some adventures that maybe most of you have not experienced. There's a lot of areas around here in Pattaya that, you know, we just get used to staying in our room or maybe going out to the bar or having a drink with friends, but we don't really explore it. And Ren is going to be able to share some of those experiences with you. So Dr. Ren, come on up and inform us.
And most important thing is turn your phone off or to vibrate, okay? Because it's very important not to interrupt the speaker, especially if it's me. I've been told we've been in this venue, this room once before. The Holiday Inn is great to us. They do everything they can to support us. This is the venue of last choice. And in fact, I had a different speaker program booked for today, but I didn't think this venue would suit them, so I bit the bullet and I created my Christmas present for you in the community. So, and that's appropriate because this is really a presentation, okay? Really, in a sense, maybe the first one we've ever had at the club. In a talk, the words come first and the visuals come second. Here, very much, the visuals come second. Should we drop the lights a little bit more, I think? Because I don't want to look at my face, that's for sure. So, Hidden Treasures of Pattaya-Chonburi. That's the wrong way. If anybody comes and tells me they've been to all those places, I will be stunned. I will shout you a breakfast if you're telling me the truth. So before we actually launch on this, I thought most of it is, pretty much all of it, I think it's my photographs or videos, and I wanted to explain something about how I regard photography. All right. Now, they're filling up the water at the back. I wonder what the hell that noise was. Anyway, when COVID hit, and I posted on Facebook some suggestions of what people could do with their time. And one of the things I suggested, go on a daily walk and post a photo of the walk to show you've been on a daily walk. And I thought, well, I go on daily walks. I should start posting photos. And this changed my relationship with the environment. Because I listen to talking books when I walk. I'm always trying to learn something. But when I started taking these daily walk photos, I became much more conscious of plants, right? This is a photo I took in the last few weeks. It's a plant. Yeah, it's a beautiful flower. That's the type of flower. I know nothing about flowers or botany. Who knows what it's called? Anyway, there you go. And I did this. This is another one I took as well. If we can get the lights down just a bit, that might be good. You can see okay? See the screen okay? All right. But I also became fascinated by puddles. Puddles are amazing. They're fascinating. There's a reflection of light, right? Now, who ever here has photographed an object like a wall or something, you know, photographed anything at all in their lives, right? There's a very real sense where you've never photographed an object. You photographed the light coming from the object. So it's really about capturing the light. So a lot of the quality of a photo depends on the quality of the light, which is why Hollywood spends hours lighting things. So this is a puddle, right? This is a puddle, contrast increased, turned upside down, cropped, Another puddle. And it got me thinking, this is, who recognises what this is? Monet, exactly. The start of Impressionism, the Water Lily series. And when you look at it, the Water Lily series, 90% of it is reflections. Look at that. Almost all of that's reflections in the water. So I started experimenting with reflections. You're going to see this in some of the photos. And my friend Ray, who's an artist, he dubbed what I was doing, God bless him, reflectionism. So there you go. So some of the photos you'll understand better now that I've given you this introduction. Now, how we came to start doing this, or I, and then the team. The expat club was closed down. I don't like to work on Sundays. I had use of a car. Roy left me his car when he went to Australia, which is good for him because there's nothing worse for a car than just sitting there. And so I started to go out on Sunday mornings for a Sunday morning walk. This is not in chronological order. This is Wat Chitapawan. Now, the spellings of these are what you enter into Google Maps if you want the direction there, okay? So if you want to take photos of it to get the spelling right, this is the spelling, but I'm sure Darren will put them in the email. Now, I should say, this is actually very, very close. For somebody who walks a lot like the tall guy over there, George, it's probably walking distance. So here's Naklua here, and just up the road here, this is the complex of Lake Chitawan. As you can see, it's actually very big. Now, Rose found this because she is from Shan State in Myanmar, and there's a Shan temple and Shan monks there at the back. And there's this beautiful pier that you can walk along. And, of course, there's cows and dogs, as you'll see later. So this is walking along the pier. And if the tide's out, you'll see ties collecting mussels, etc. Hoi. And it's at the end is this abandoned construction. I really think I should be using my clicker. And we got lucky. The first time we went there, it was pretty quiet with the COVID, and it had just rained. So I walked carefully into the puddle and crouched down to get the reflections. This is a view towards Pattaya. Absolutely gorgeous out there. Now, this has a practical application. You can walk out there, but you can also catch electric golf carts out there. And this is a ceremonial area where they have ceremonies. Who here, besides me, thinking that they might get burnt in Thailand after they've died, right? What?
I was there yesterday where we put some white ashes.
Yeah, exactly. So rather than hire a boat to spread your ashes in the sea, you can actually go there and they will commit your ashes to the water. So this is a very practical application. Thank you for sharing that, JJ. Usurping my talk, as you did. And this is other parts of the Wat. It's a big complex. And this is one of my experiments with reflectionism. The person who came up, and this name has just walked in, right? And you can see that is actually upside down. And this dog had some pups, so he came back and bought some food for the dog and the mother and stuff. Everybody together. Oh, it's too cute. So that is Wat Chittapawang. Now I thought I'd mention this one and get it out of the way. Who's been there to the Chinese village? Who has been there? Handful of people. Yeah, it's a really cool thing to do. Again, we were out there on a Sunday, and we just thought, oh, let's go down this road, and we found this Chinese influenced village, and they said, oh, you have to come back on a Friday night when we have the market open. Okay, so it's Friday night. You want to get there before sunset. The parking is very well organised. They got Saturday night as well now. Thank you for that. So they obviously have expanded since COVID started. But there's Nha Jom Tien, and there's where they are. So they're not too far away. And it gets very beautiful at night. I don't know that the food is very Chinesey, really, but it is very pleasant. You can catch a rickshaw, or you can just sit in one for a while. Oh, this is Michael, who was on some of these discoveries predate Rose, going back over 2 years ago. And you can go to a wishing well and wish for children. I assume the children are coming up, not being pushed down. And it is, it's just a very unique experience. Oh, that's the market out the back. I think we missed something there slightly. So, and of course, there's a Chinese dragon on top of one of the telegraph poles. I assume it flew there. They do have very nice, very inexpensive food. Whether it's particularly Chinese, a different question. So that's Chak Now. Of course, forgive my Chinese Chinese and Thai pronunciation. Now, coming up to a place which I'm sure you've pretty much all heard of. Lake Maprachan. Who here has at least driven past Lake Maprachan? So not everybody. You can, yeah. Hey, I'm giving the talk. Yes, you can. We have done that, or attempted to. When we first went out there over a couple of years ago, it was super dry, and it was really, you can see, very, very dry, and the lake was at worryingly low levels. I'm going to go and put my clicker in, I think. You can see this looks all very green, but that's all supposed to be lake, not a puddle in the middle, and that thing on the right there is supposed to be floating. So here's Lake Maprachan. Now, it's actually very varied what you can do there, extremely varied. So they've built an expanded car park area down here in the south. You can, of course, you can walk or more likely bicycle around the whole thing. There's a small area to the south you can explore, a big area to the north. There's also a bush area here, and we'll take you through various parts of that. So this is the area to the south when it was a bit drier, quite a bit drier. And of course, wherever there's water, there's Thais fishing. So, and as we'll see, quite a lot of eucalyptus trees have been planted. And now it's wet, very, very wet. So that's the area to the south. Then you can do the walk that everybody seems to do, which is this main walk on the main service road. It's also the main wall. It used to be a lake, now it's also a reservoir. And the good thing about it is that cars can't drive there, so you only have to worry about walkers, push bikes, as we call them in Australia, bicycles, and the occasional motorbike. And this is coming in from the south. This is my crazy, wonderful woman and how she keeps warm on a cold day. And it is a good place to walk on a wet day because, you know, it doesn't get soggy. It's on its actual road. And when the light is right, you get absolutely beautiful, some beautiful reflections. So you can see the bird here and the reflection of the bird, which I've enhanced by increasing the contrast. Good place to chill out, don't have to just walk. And you meet all sorts of strange people. I've got a rude joke about a growth on the bottom of a bird's body, but I'm not going to tell it. So you do meet lots of interesting people there, and being Thailand, it's very friendly and people strike up conversations. Now, the next thing is you'll see there's a second road here that runs parallel to the service road. So this is looking down on it, and it is, that's actually accessible by car. Because there's actually a residential area. It obviously predates the reservoir, turning the lake into a reservoir. And you can access it, just go to the end and get on it, or you can access it. This is the major overflow. When the reservoir's getting too large, they put the reservoir up, and it gets very beautiful sometimes in that overflow stream. And again, and it's got some beautiful trees down there too. Now, next to this is bush, as we'd say in Australia. It's actually very much Australian bush. Have a look. Who are the Aussies here? Aussie, Aussie, Aussie? Thank you. So, spot the eucalyptus plants, right? Lot of eucalyptus through here. This is like walking through the Australian bush. No what? No koalas. You can wear a koala uniform there and suit and will. So Thailand apparently has rather decimated its natural hardwood. So they're tending to plant eucalyptus trees because eucalyptus, and if you can flourish in Australia, you are tough, right? It's a harsh environment. So they're planting eucalyptus. The only downside of eucalyptus is you have to be conscious of the biodiversity and the broader flora and fauna because they don't shed their leaves. So there's nice trails through there. You'll recognise one of our esteemed tech guys here, Herb, and that's Georgina, when she was visiting recently. And there's monsters there, you've got to watch out for the monsters. Is that close enough to a koala for you? And there's an overflow pond to the west, which you can walk through the trails and see. And there's puddles. And this is one of my experiments in reflectionism. That's actually a puddle in that area. It looks like Australian bush. It's like an impressionist painting of Australian bush. And the north side of the lake, it's large, and you can actually really get some great walks through there. Obviously, this isn't when it's wet. There's trails. Dogs will sometimes follow you on the trails. There's Herb again. A very popular spot with Thais to fish or to picnic. You run into all sorts of people there. I tried to strike up a conversation, but Didn't understand my tie. Obviously, this is elections or something, right? Anybody know what that's a nest for? Please let me know. A bird. Yeah, that was my theory too. Well done. See, and I thought this audience wasn't so smart. Oh, is that a bird too? Again, a beautiful area, a lot of wonderful reflections, serene. And you can drive in this from the north side. You can drive in to and park inside. They built a BMX, cycle track there and stuff. It's finished now. And of course, puddles, reflections. This is upside down. And beautiful plant life. And you can, of course, walk around the outside. So this was some shots from just this stretch here. By the way, there's a lot of roadworks going in around here. They're building a medical city out there, not just a hospital. This is fishing on one of the inlets into Lake Maprachan. And you can cycle around there. So this is, Michael and I, we hired a couple of push bikes one morning. They've got better, higher places out now. You can hire better bicycles. And this is Rose's first time ever on a push bike. She'd never ridden one before in her life, and for some reason this is in slow motion. You know that the south side parking area I pointed out? Across the road there's a hire bicycles now. All right, she's doing well. Go Rose, go!
You have one of her on the motorbike?
I wouldn't trust her on a motorbike. Oh, so one day we decided we'd get 3 push bikes between us and we'd cycle round the lake. This seemed like a good idea. This is an old cycle place that I don't think exists anymore. So we're cycling around and my push bike develops problems. The chain keeps coming out. So I have to, because I'm the one with the keys to the car, I had to swap with Rose's bike, which is torture, to try to ride a small bike where your legs don't work the way they should on a bicycle. And so we had to leave Rose behind there, cycle, and get back to the place we hired it from, pick him up in a car, and he came back to repair the cycle. And we picked up Rose, and we found her like this. She'd been trying to repair the bicycle with no tools, and she's all, I don't know if you can see, her face is all covered in grease, right? God bless her for having a go to repair the bicycle. So that's a look at Lake Maprachan. See, there's a lot of different styles of walks you can do there. There's a lot of, and bicycling as well. Now, some places we discovered because we just said, let's go up this road, see what's there. Okay, so we discovered this amazing place, Pawn Prapa Botanical Garden. And what happened was, this is Lake Maprachan, right? And we just thought, and there's a thing that says Siam Country Club, so we thought, oh, we'll go up the road, right? This road here. And we eventually got to this place here. And you can see there's a lake there and everything. And it's just before Siam Country Club. And it's got beautiful water features. And of course, it's a botanical garden, so it's got flowers. And it's got sculptures of various sites. This is like a flock of flying swan. Statues, elephants. Rabbits, deer. It's got these really fascinating statues made of strips of wood. Antelope. And you can ride them for no charge. And it's got a caged area with peacocks and some cute birds in. And it also has a Hall of Fame. Now it's named after Dr. Tawan Pornprapar, and he's obviously paid for the whole thing, the whole area. And this is him and his wife. And he was obviously the founder of Siam Motors. Made himself a very rich man out of it. So this is a free museum with a very nice toilet in too, by the way. And they were making Datsuns or selling them. They actually provided the Pope Mobile when he was in Thailand, bulletproof. That's another shot of the Pope Mobile. And it's got wonderful open areas. And of course, Thais love topiary. And there's a topiary dragon, and eyeing off his next victim there. And there's a multi-story pagoda. Now the interesting thing about this pagoda is you can climb up it and get a different view of things. And see, you can see the lake there. And at the north, for some reason I don't understand, there's an aeroplane. And across the road, a locomotive. And there's an explanation, Siam Motors railway station that existed at one time. And of course, like all old locomotives, it has a Spider-Man on it. There you go. So that's Pornprapar Botanical Garden. Now we have to bring up the next PowerPoint. It's pretty big. It's big, right? So it's divided into 3 sections. Who's bored so far? I just had somebody walk out. I'm already bored. So again, we were just driving up a road and we saw this spire on the top of a hill, and I thought, well, there must be a what there, okay? So we turned up the next road we could and we came to this place. Wat Tam Bratun. Waiting for people to take the photo. And it's beautiful, right? And you can explore around it. It's quite an interesting place to explore around. This is towards the back of it. See this rock area? Working my way up the stairs. Beautiful statues. And this is a rock, and under the rock there's this like holy space, you know, where you can go and tambun. And with many tons of rock above you, this act of faith. And there's a very nice viewing point there too. But this is what excited us. We didn't explore around the Wat straight away. This we discovered near the entrance to the Wat. There were a couple of cars parked, and there was this trail into the bush, right? So we walked into the bush for like, I don't know, 35 minutes and walked out for 35 minutes. And it goes through all this beautiful, beautiful bushland, as we call in Australia, bush. So what we did another time was we found a different road to take us up to this place, Khao Mai Gao. Khao means hill or mountain. Mai, in this case, is wood, and Gao is glass. So it's the type of wood they describe this area as having. And it turns out to be effing huge. This is Lake Maprachan, which is no small area. This is, I call it a national park. I assume it is. It's very, very, very big. Who knew about this place before this morning? Like 4 or 5 people. Who's been there? 5 people. Well, you did, you're cheating. So this is, you get to it, you go through the you go through a turnoff here, it's pretty obscure, and you go up here, and the entrance is here, and there's a lake near the entrance. And this is the entrance to the actual park. And this is the welcoming area, the park, land entry. And this guy's giving you the thumbs up. You're in the right place, Khao Mai Gao. When we first got there a couple of years ago, more than 2 years ago, very dry. It's a very dry period. So they're walking on the bottom of the lake, trawling for fish. But now, wet. And the dogs are happy about that. You will find some dogs that are very tame, of course. And the lake now, of course, is full. Beautiful. And you'll notice the dirt roads. So you can walk, you don't have to go actually into the park. You can walk along the dirt roads beside the park, and on one side there'll be farmland, and the other side there'll be the actual, so this is Ajinomoto, it's MSG plant. And this is a look at some of the, we just head off on trails and hope for the best, find our way back. But there's a lot of trails. You can see this is the lake, right, which you just saw, and you can go on a lot of trails. And we've been on quite a few of them. And trails can look like this, or this, or this. Beautiful. Wonderful. They say that walking in nature is one of the best things you can do for your mental, physical and spiritual health, emotional health. Anybody know what this mystical halo is? We want to make a guess? I posted this on Facebook and people were talking about aliens and all that. It's a cobweb. Trails. Beautiful. This is some of the team. Yes, you want to have a mountain bike. You'll find a lot of people go on mountain bikes. You're not supposed to really take motorbikes, but people do. And one day, on an impulse, we decided to walk up to the highest part of the national park. And you do get some stunning views. But the worst part of the going up to the top was coming back, because it's quite steep and slippery. Rose grew up in a mountain area, so she's very sure-footed. And you'll find even farms within the national park because, you know, heritage, they're allowed to stay there. And for some reason, you'll find all these trees that have got logos on them, you know, pizza tree. And you'll come across these beautiful things like moss-covered pools, etc. Another of my experiments with Impressionism during the wet season. It's Rose's hand. Not with Reflectionism. And of course, you'll come across wildlife, and we'll talk about that more soon. And on the lake, there's a family that lives on the lake, complete with chooks and dog and puppies. And they live just here. You can actually see the clearing where they live. And they're very good. They usually have water out if you need a drink of water while you're going there. There you go, puppy dog. Oh. But one time we went past and their house had burnt down. So they were living in sort of temporary shelter. We left them some money. This is the woman, the grandmother, showing the money to the granddaughter. So I got hand-to-hand involved and take care of kids, and they helped them out, and they got a new place constructed. I was told, Rose's tie is fantastic, of course. My tie is like struggling. But that the grandfather, they had been given like 70,000 baht at one stage, and the grandfather said thank you very much, took off with it, and abandoned his wife and grandkids, etc. But they're doing fine now, they've got a new thing. So that's Khao Mei Gao. Now, yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it. Got any ties here? Bugs, bites, and bush tucker. All right. So, Rose is going to help me out with this section because she's really the expert on these things. She grew up in the bush mountains in Shan State. And bush tucker, for those of you who don't speak Australian, bush is what we call forest, and tucker is like an Australian word for food. So this is like bush food, okay? Things you can live off in the bush you can eat. Have a look at this.
Yeah.
The incredible shrinking plant. Obviously what it does is says, look, you think you want to eat me? Touch me and you'll find I'm actually just withered and not worth eating. I've never, apart from a Venus flytrap, I've never seen plants move like that. That's really amazing. Now, this is what you want to take notice of if you get bitten. Rose is making a salve from a native plant. I got bitten on the hands and stuff. Can't remember why. And you rub that into your skin, and it takes away the sting.
Takes away the sting.
Well, it actually did work, by the way.
Yeah, I think it works, yeah.
Only time I've been badly bitten on these walks was actually a swarm of wasps, but it was actually in a wat. To take off my shirt and was thinking about rolling on the ground.
That's the plant there.
So there you go. Have a good look at this. Have a good look at this plant. There you go. Instant salve from bites. And these things, certain things you do not want to bite you, and this is one of them.
It's coming for me, baby. It's attacking me.
They can jump like 2 meters.
Yeah, that's as nasty as it looks. That's why I stopped videotaping, because it was getting too close to me. This one's not so bad. Oh, I don't know why it decided to do that. Yeah, this is a snake, right? Now, 9 out of the 10 world's most poisonous snakes are from Australia, but 7 out of the next 10 are actually Thai. And of course, anything that's got 8 legs we avoid. We don't get cobweb-covered holes. Now, these are the things most likely to bite you in the bush. Red ants. Who's been bitten by a red ant here? Yeah. You stop to have a leak against a tree. These things move fast, and they really don't like you being around. So that's what you're most likely to get bitten by. Another little, I believe it's some sort of caterpillar. You'll see swarms of ants. Don't know if these are termite ants or not. This is termites. Lots of creepy crawlies. In Australia we call this a goanna, but I don't know what... And wasps. They're not as aggressive as the ones in the what. I wasn't really near there. Maybe they're a bit less territorial than in the what. And things that fly which don't bite you.
What is it, ants?
No, it's a butterfly.
Butterfly. What? Very beautiful butterfly. Yellow colors.
Video now.
And this is by far the biggest butterfly I have ever seen. More than a handspan. It's like a little small bird or something. Right, Rose, gear up, Rose. Turn on your mic. All right. So this is, I would know nothing about this if it wasn't for Rose. She grew up in the bush. She knows about Thai and Myanmar bush tucker. Firstly, don't eat these. They're not that tasty. Cicadas, things that don't bite you. Lizards don't bite you, usually. Anybody know what this... it's a bird's nest, yes. Anybody know what sort of bird it is for a nest? Oh, it's pretty small. I wouldn't eat these myself. Anybody know what this is? Somebody told me it was an antlion or something. I don't know. It's very small. And this guy actually just decided to adopt that family we saw you. It's obviously getting fed there, so it hangs around hoping to get easy food. Bush tucker. Come on, Rose, come on, stand up next to me and help me out. So this is, what is this woman doing?
She take this bamboo.
She's got bamboo shoots, right?
Yeah, bamboo shoot, yeah.
I don't know if this is legal, but they harvest bamboo shoots.
No, she farm. This is her farm. Yeah.
Oh, it's her farm.
Yeah.
As much as you can have. And this is Rose is very passionate about bush tucker. In fact, last Sunday we went for a walk through Kalmekiao to try to get some bush tucker for you guys to sample. And she discovered this. What do you do with this, Rose?
This is very delicious.
You cook it, right?
Yeah, I'm cook, yeah. But you cannot eat that small one. Yeah. So you have to take out, because if you not take out and you cook, you will itchy.
Oh, itchy, okay.
Yeah.
But you can cook this flour and you can cook the outside of the stem. And Rose is very insistent if she finds potential food. And these are the flowers. You'll often see these flowers as decorations on Thai dishes, and you can eat them.
Yeah, maybe Thai not eat. In Myanmar, they eat. This is very kind of healthy, what they call, Thai call prawan. Prawan, what Thai believe.
What's that mean? Do you know? Sweet or something? Or wine?
When you eat sugar a lot, what they call.
Diabetes.
Yeah. Is it very good for diabetes?
There you go. And are you salivating yet, Rose? What's edible here that we can see or not see?
Yeah. And we eat this ant.
You eat the ant.
Yeah, a small ant, not the mother. A small ant and an egg.
The eggs are quite a delicacy.
Yeah.
And do you eat the eggs, the ant eggs, do you eat them raw or cooked?
We cook.
Okay.
You can eat.
Thais generally eat the ant's eggs too, but I'm not sure all Thais actually also eat the ant. So there you go, there's something for you to try. And there's one that may have already been raided and had its eggs removed. I've seen Thais trying to knock them out of trees and stuff. What's this, Rose?
This is, I don't know English what they call. This is Thai called kanun. This is can cook, and in the markets a lot sell. Yeah.
Sorry? Jackfruit, is that what it is? Good on you. Rose?
Yeah. This is delicious too.
And apparently it's sometimes sweet and sometimes sour,
Yeah.
depending on how ripe it is. Anybody know Farang name for it at all? No? Again, you'll get that in the market. Thank you.
Oh yeah, Thai called salad.
This is Rose determined to get a particular one piece of kanon, and then Bush Tuck and I pointed out there's actually a whole thing of them. We saw a bunch of these, quite a few of these on Sunday, but they weren't ripe, so Rose wouldn't harvest them. They do grow, a lot of them grow there.
Yeah. Look.
I hope. Oh, this is the old BBB. So, not paying any attention. Sorry, in the new revised one I uploaded this morning, there's actually a shot of those ones open. By Herb opened one. They look like a little fig on the inside. And these are actually not food. They're what they call mark, beetle nuts or something. And the Thais used to chew them a lot, get very red mouths. And in fact, chewing gum, Farang chewing gum is called mark Farang. So, going back up the stairs. Oh, I knew I should have used my clicker. Can you go on to the next one, John? It's frozen. Right.
Well, that's pretty boring if you can't actually get it open.
John, the next one? Yeah, this is what they look like on the inside when you can actually get them open. And this is also harvested from the bush. What do they do with this? This was for sale in the market in the what we saw.
Yeah. This is look like they drink like tea. Yeah.
And what's it good for, this tea? Helping?
Yeah, some about medicine, but I don't know.
Right, medicinal tea.
And this is we can eat. I don't know Thailand eat or not.
And that's what they look like once they bloomed, that same plant. Don't eat the flower.
Yeah.
Can you eat this mushroom?
No.
No?
I don't think so. No.
Also no?
No. And this it can eat.
Don't eat them if they've got flies and stuff in them, okay? It's not like they're ants that you can eat. Don't eat this one either, right?
No, not.
This one you don't know?
This it cannot eat.
Okay.
Yeah. Can't.
Sorry?
Cannot eat this.
Yeah, when in doubt, don't have mushrooms. These you can eat, right?
Yeah, this is vitamin C.
There you go. Yeah?
That other one too back, isn't that a, you say, psilocybin, magic mushroom?
Which one?
Magic mushroom.
Oh,
Go back a couple. Go back a couple. Go back. Can't you do it here? Back. All right, we'll move on. When in doubt, don't eat mushrooms unless you're brave or you want to be hallucinate. So this ones you can eat some of this, right?
yeah, this you can eat. You eat the flower.
Aha, move on.
Yeah, we eat the flower.
Okay. Does anybody know what these are? Because they've obviously just sown themselves, something's fell and they're just growing on the leaf. We've never been able to get any idea of what that is. Next. So, we're going to move on to the next and final section. These seats are hard. Sorry, the seats are so hard. Hold this for me. The last one says the end. End section.
Yeah, you hold.
No, that's the old one. I don't want that one. It's shit.
Let me find.
So it's end section. So nearby Kalmekiau, what I call a national park, there's this beautiful wat, very new construction, and I've got to turn this on. Right, so you can see there's the national park with the lake, and it's on the other side of the road, and the entrance mark that says Wat Kalmekiau, and it's down here. And this is walk up the stairs and you see these beautiful statues. You can sit down now, Rose. And there's beautiful, beautiful murals down underneath. Really new, beautiful murals. And area you can go in to pray and tambun. Sorry. And across from the Wat, so there's the Wat. You see this lake here? This is part of the Wat in some way. That says Kalmekiau. And there's a fish lake there, fish farm. And at the back, there was this entrance to this walkway, and eventually we thought, well, we'll just take the plunge and do what we do and just go on the walkway. And it turns out this is Suan Samun Prai, which means garden of herbs. It's lots of descriptions of the various plants. Herb was with us. And we came across this shelter, and in this shelter was this absolutely beautiful translucent Buddha. This is Rose saying, "Don't take my photo, I haven't got my makeup on." We walked down this road just to see what was there. Came across this beautiful lake. Again, the light's not very good, so you don't get a sense of how beautiful this lake was. And on the way back, we came across this big pile of coconuts growing, right? It's like a coconut farm. And Michael wanted to buy one of them, and they said, no, they're already sold to somebody overseas. So a beautiful new what? Well, just check out. Of course, it's free and there's parking as well. So when we discovered, this national park, there's a road we'd go, oh, let's drive along this. And we'd stop and take photos. And eventually we took a turn off into this, saying, go to this what? This is Wat Khao Pong Saget. And of course, this is the parking, one of the parking areas down the bottom. You can park actually much higher up. And of course, there's all sorts of tambun, women donating dresses to win the so they win the lottery or something. This is Hanuman near the entrance, one of the entrances. And this is, as I say, you can drive up near the top. Or you can, we're walkers, so we walk. And up the top of that, there's another set of stairs. So you can go up to this wonderful new statue of Buddha. And I discovered I have competition, and that's no bull. Of course, there's statues of Buddha. But also on a Sunday, there's a lot of good tambuning. They give away a lot of food. Anybody who turns up who wants to get food for their family, they give food. I'm not sure whether that's families or the actual what do that, or both. And on top of a raised area, there's this beautiful reclining Buddha. There's Rose praying. And in this building here, there's this beautiful, beautiful inside there. There's this wonderful statues. There's murals and above of course there's obviously King Rama IX, Rama the Great, and above the windows that outlook onto the bush. This is the ceiling. And to one side of the what, there's stairs. So we had to climb the stairs. And there's all these beautiful ribbons, this sort of stairway of ribbons where people have tied them to tambun and stuff to make good. And little sacred areas you can stop and pray and donate Fanta and stuff too, We don't have sound. It's a silent film. And right up the top, there's this beautiful statue. Rose wouldn't go into this area because she said it wasn't for women. But Michael and I could go, so this is Michael up at the very top. And you do get stunning views from there. But then, you have to walk back down. So that's Wat Khao Pong Saget. Very, very much worth checking out. And as I say, you can drive up to a car park much higher up than that one we started from that time. Now, this actually doesn't fit in anywhere, but I thought I would mention it. Alternative lifestyle. Who recognises what these are made out of? Yeah, a couple of shipping containers, right? And this is on top of one of them. Nice views, great views. A nice little land, bit of a farm area. So how much so she rents this, right? So how much do you think she rents this land for on a monthly basis? It's 10,000 baht a year. Right? I thought, wow, when I get sick of the hustle and bustle here and booking speakers for the expat club, sounds like a good alternative to me. So that's alternative lifestyle. Now, I didn't want to go, this is the one that's furthest away. There's lots of things won't be covered in the talk today, but it's at such a beautiful lake. And it's a flat walk, right? So this is Sattahip, right? There's Sukhumvit Road. So you just basically, Sukhumvit's turned there. If you go straight ahead, you would go down this road. And I'd driven past it and didn't realise there was this stunning lake and park here. Lake Takihan. So, like a lot of Sattahip, I think this may be under the control of the Navy. There's a Navy tribute area. But it's a beautiful lake, Nong Takian Lake, and wonderful reflections you can get there, or you can just chill out. This is pretty much all reflection. It's not such a long walk, maybe 50 minutes or something. A lot of it's in shade. Most of it is in shade. So, that's Krom Luang Chompun Park. Now, we never go on a walk on a Sunday without going to a cafe afterwards. So after you go to this one, you can just drive down, or indeed you could walk, to the end here where Sattahip is, and you can park in this sort of area, turn right. You can't turn left. You can turn right, you park here, or park on the road back, or whatever. So you can park here, and then there's all these wonderful, beautiful cafes along the water's edge. So this is a view from where we parked one day. And this is actually a view from a cafe. Very, very charming cafes there. There's Herb and Rose. We like Coffee Beach. I don't know if the coffee's that exceptional, but it's just a beautiful, beautiful place. This is a view from there. This is where we go to if we go to Lake Maprachan or Khao Kiao. We go cafe at home. It's just down here. Very hard to miss. Herb said, if the right woman's on, it's the best cappuccino he's ever had. So there you go. If you're a cappuccino fan, the right woman's there. Now, this is really worth knowing about. Rose found this from the web. Bua Klang Jai. Bua, it means lotus blossom. Klang means middle, and Jai means heart. So it's the heart of the lotus blossom, as it were. It's beautiful, and it's not far away. So this is Teprasit Road, and this is down here is where Bua Klang Jai is, okay? So not far at all. By the way, all these places, you know, oh, do you need a car? Let me say two words to you. Bolt, grab. Get a few mates, hire a Bolt, go. You can, it's free to use this. You do have to spend, I think, a minimum of 400 baht if you have a group there. By the way, it's actually very cheap. You can get good diao, guai diao, or gao lao, or, you know, beef stew, 50 baht. There's Rose. Beautiful and romantic sort of place as well. But there's other places to sit where you don't have to spend 400 baht. Just tables and stuff. And of course there's an aeroplane, as you'd expect. And other modes of air transport. And, Bulaglangjai convertible. A lizard will say goodbye to you as you're leaving in the car park. So that's Bulaglangjai. Really want to check that place out. It's just wonderful. And Parbun Cafe, which I think might have been another of Rose's finds. It's here on Route 36. This is obviously the way to the motorway. If you put it in, the spelling is what you'll find in Google Maps. And it's just got so many charming things.
I want to eat you.
They want to eat you, I think.
Yeah, you can hire a little, eat in one of these little shelters above the water. Lots of space with wild animals. If you count ducks as wild animals. And they've got a few cages with animals in. Oh. Or you can just go there and chill. So, take flight or walk or at least take a drive and find out some of the things that are out there beyond beaches and bars and etc. Okay, put your hand up if you've actually been to all those places. Anyone been to all those places? No. Anybody see some places they'd like to check out? I should hope so. Now,
I've got one question for you, Ren.
Yeah.
What would be your favorite place and your least favorite place on all your travels?
Oh, you mean of these ones? It all a lot of it depends on the weather. So if it's hot, you want to go to somewhere there's definitely shade when you walk. When the pollution was bad, we'd go to Kalmegiao because all the trees there pumping out fresh oxygen and stuff. So if it's very wet, we might favour going to Lake Mapachan where we can walk on cement and stuff. So, yeah. I do have a couple of more places if you're interested, but I assume you're all over it now. I'll do it another time. Anybody want to see one more place? 3 people. All right, one more place. It's really fantastic. All these people left are going to miss out. All right, we'll turn down the lights. Encore. Oh.
What do you use as a camera?
I'm very lazy. I don't take my good camera. I use this A73. So, can we turn the lights down again? This place is fantastic. Okay, so what we did is I started to realise that if we didn't have beaches here, it would be known as a lakes district. So I started to target areas that had lakes. So this is this wonderful lake here, and it's got at least three highlights besides the lake itself. This on the top of a hill, and this Chinese area which has a Chinese museum in it. So this is a place on the top of the hill, Mahachakri Pagoda. And you can climb up these massive stairs to get to it, but you can't actually drive there, okay. And it's massively beautiful views from up there. Look, that's towards Jomtien. Shut the door. Now, getting away from the hill back onto the flat, this is the Wat proper. Beautiful buildings. And of course statues, and an absolutely stunning lotus lake. And wait, there's more. You can walk across this bridge on the stream on a bridge, and you get to the foreshore. This is the wildest thing you'll see in this area. You get to this foreshore and these beautiful views of the lake. And for some unknown reason, there's a Seiko watchtower there. Rose, you got your mic on still? So Rose, I had no idea what this woman was doing. What is this woman doing?
Oh my God. I asked her, why you doing this a lot? She said, when COVID hit, a lot of people cannot come, what they call du duang.
To have their fortunes told.
Yeah, cannot come to her, and they just only video call, online video call and du duang.
And she gives them a psychic reading, as it were.
Yeah, after they do this, and she have to tambun and throw out fish or something like this. And yeah.
Different fish for different days of the week, depending on which day you were born.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rose. And then you can see Khao Chi Chan in the distance there. That's the big Buddha, on the hill thing. Oh, this is one of my experiments in reflectionism. That's upside down. So you can actually drive there. First time we were there, we didn't know how long it would take to walk around. So we explored around here, and then we drove along this road. You can't drive along the road nearest to the lake. It's blocked. You can cycle along it. So this is the road nearest the lake. You can walk your cow along it. And they've got these really cute kids' superhero murals on the road. And cows. Rose got very excited by the cows. She wanted to have a plastic bag so she could collect the cow manure and use it for fertiliser on the balcony garden. And, of course, there's fish. This one's checking me out, maybe thinking I'm going to feed him. And this is on the south side, is this place, Vihansian Chinese Museum. It's a 50 baht entry fee. They've got great statues in the grounds. And there's an internal museum. I think I wanted to have another of my experiments in reflectionism. And they've got great statues inside. Really want to have a Chinese person to really explain all these different figures. This is the way back out. And between the museum and the foreshore is a beautiful, charming Chinese-influenced area. Complete with turtle doves or... Fish farm there too. So you get a lot of bang for your bucks in that area. You get the Vihansian Chinese Museum, you get a charming walk around the lake. We've walked around it a couple of times. Really nice. And... all right, I might as well talk about this. I wasn't going to. Wat Porn Prapani, we just went down a road and just because there was a Watt supposed to be down there, but it wasn't much, so we just kept going. And we found this amazing, beautiful new Watt. It's got, in the main area, it's this amazing silver reflective area where you can go to reflect on things, right? There's me reflecting. Coming out. Rose is just over the whole paparazzi thing now. Some of the other buildings. Go into, you can temple in there as well. And for us walkers, there's a nice walk up the hill, and there's some more Watt buildings up there, and some beautiful views. There's the troops. And that's all, folks. Oh, thanks. So, of course, I'm open to Q&A, but not sure what you're going to ask. But... Oh, some questions?
Over here, okay.
Did you use a special camera or only your smartphone? Very good, thank you so much.
A73, I'm too lazy to carry my Canon around. Stephen.
I'll get him.
No, the only rental area I know of is the area at the south near the entrance to Lake Maprachan. Any other questions?
Was this all during COVID? Or
a lot of those places were discovered at some stage in the COVID. We've been back since and stuff, but I think they were pretty much all discovered in some stage of the COVID thing. And there's some more distant ones I have, places I haven't featured here, not because they're not great, but because they're a little further away and stuff. Thanks for coming, Ray.
Your photos look great on big scale.
Thank you.
I don't need him. Rance, the last one, where was that located again?
Yeah, I tried to bring it up, but the Google map didn't make sense. But the spelling that's what comes up, right?
Yeah, where is it?
Yeah, I did search for it on Google, and I have been back there, but I couldn't get a good map of it up for the presentation. But put it on your Google map, and it'll come up.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it depends what you would mean towards Silver Lake, yeah. Sorry? Yeah, quite a few of these places aren't too far from Khao Chi Chan, but then Khao Chi Chan is like, encompasses stuff. And we discovered places out near Phil's thing, out near Khao Chi Chan. Have you been to Surya Land out there? It's very cool. But, I'm already over time. Any other questions? All right. Hand it over to the big fella, George.
Well, Ren, thank you very much, Rose. Thank you for sharing your expertise. If any of you are on Ren's Facebook page, every day he posts pictures, his daily pictures of where he's been. So you can kind of get a roadmap, and it kind of gives you an idea if you want something to do during the day. So thank you very much, and I want you two to come up. I've got a special certificate of appreciation, and this is to the dynamic duo.
And seriously, some of these places are really close. A bolt, a grab, a couple of mates.
One thing I would like to add is this gentleman here is responsible for getting all the guest speakers. That's 52 speakers a year. He's got a tremendous job. He does a great job doing it, and the club is really indebted for you for all the work you do. So thank you for that.